After months and months of scraping and cleaning and rebuilding and parts and more hours and on, it's time to put this engine and transmission into this 1930 Ford Model A four-door town sedan. What could possibly go wrong? The original plan was to put the transmission back into the car, connect it up to the torque tube, add the clutch housing, connect that up with the U-joint, and then install the engine. I'm thinking that would probably be the easiest way to do it, instead of putting everything together and then putting it in there and connecting it to the torque tube. So what I thought then was that I suspect I'm going to be taking the body off of the frame to get painted somewhere down the road here. And I thought, okay, if the transmission shifter is sticking up that high, that means that body has got to be lifted that much higher up off the frame. And I don't know how we're going to get the body off the frame yet. Haven't figured that part out. Maybe the paint shop has got tools to do that. But I thought, okay, I'm just going to take the tower, the shifter tower off the transmission, put it all together, stick the engine in, and we'll put the transmission tower on after the body goes back onto the frame. And so I took the tower off. Here's the tower and the shifter arm. So I took that off of the transmission housing. And boy, am I glad that I did. These gears in here are shot. I mean, they're worn down like you can't believe. In addition to that, on the shifter, which I haven't taken apart yet, the ball that's at the end of the shifting stick is supposed to be round. And it is flat on all four sides. So this whole shifter has got to be replaced. The arms here are going to be replaced. Everything, the spring, the retainer, everything is going to be replaced somewhere down the road. But I just wanted to show you real quick, like here's the cluster, and this is the new one. Here's the old one, and you can see, maybe you can't see, but these gears right here are just really rounded off. I mean, really bad, and as well as this one here. And the other reverse idler gear, the first and then second and third, low and high, whatever, they were pretty all worn down. So I really didn't want to spend another $1,000 on rebuilding this thing, but that's what I did. And you know something? It's not too bad. It's a little intimidating at first, but I watched several YouTube videos on rebuilding the transmission. I'm gonna put all the parts back in here. I'm not gonna run the video because there's too many others out there that are better than what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna follow one of them as I put it back together. Plus I have my chart, my diagram, and in terms of what parts go where. And then I'm gonna come back and show you what it looks like after it's all assembled. Well, the transmission has been put back together, as you can see. It turns accordingly. The U-joint's on right here. And those are all safety wired up there on the back part. That was pretty easy, to tell you the truth. You know, it really, you know, I watched another video while I was putting it together. The other video, I'll put a link down below in the description if you want to see the video that I used to put this back together with. And pretty simple, actually. Should not be intimidating to anybody for sure. I haven't done the top yet, and it looks pretty simple just the same. So here's another genius idea of Henry Ford to make it so simple that even I can do it. Anyway, so we've got that on. We have the clutch housing on, as you can see. And we got our brand new throw-out bearing as well. And I'm happy. I think this is going to be really nice come time to drive it around the block. So next thing is I put this on the back of the motor and get that thing put into the car finally. Stay tuned. Well, I have the cherry picker over here, hoist, ready to pick this thing up, stick it in the engine or stick it in the car. I greased up the throwout bearing since it's easy access here, a little easier here than when it's installed in the car. So that's all done. The inspection plate's put on. Let's see, what else have I done to prepare for it? As much as I can. I don't know what more I can do. So I'm just going to start and try to put this thing in this car and just see what happens. So here we go. I have yet to do the rear mounted bolts. The engine is cockeyed a little bit, so I got to work on getting it straightened up to be able to put the 4 bolts on the side and then come back and tighten up the front. But that wasn't too bad, all by myself. No help from the neighbor's wife or dog. So there you go. Model A engine is back in the car. And we'll be adding components, and the radiator's all been redone, and keep working away at this thing and get it started one of these days. So subscribe to the channel. I'll certainly have more videos in the future. And I want to say thank you very much for watching this, and hopefully you're learning something if you've never done this before. I have, and I'm still learning. So I think it's looking pretty good, though.